Say Goku. Meanwhile, looks like Llomomo and Jestdoki are looking to go to PS2. And we have a bracket report. Looks like Dank Link taking a 2-0 victory going into losers round number 2. And we'll get him in the actual lobby in just a second. No, perfect. Found his way. And I think everything is all taken care of. Awesome. Let's go ahead and hop over to the full game.
Alrighty. Alright, PS2 it is in the Luigi Donkey Kong matchup, and we haven't seen Llomomo play too recently, I believe.
No.
And yeah, it's been a while. But we have seen this matchup from other players. I believe Suzuki a couple of weeks ago now played Donkey Kong versus Jest. And Jest also, like, this matchup is just pretty hard in general for Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong's a big character, and Luigi is going to be looking for those grabs into down Bs, into up Bs, into all sorts of combos with Nair and up air as well. And Luigi's kind of just going to have his way with Donkey Kong, unless Donkey Kong himself is able to kind of gimp out Luigi with his own forward aerials and other types of spikes and like Nair. But Llomomo has to play it safe, and right now it looks like he is trying to, but at the same time throwing out that side B was not the move, as that first stock is going to be taken off of it. And we'll see. Let's see how it's going right now. Gets just to 80%. Let's see what else we can see. It also looks like Jest is playing pretty decent in terms of what he's throwing out. He did throw out that side B a couple times, as we're seeing here, but he is pretty much only doing it to get back to stage, and that's something that a couple weeks ago he did have a problem with, I would say, is that he kind of was throwing it out a bit too much. And people started to be aware of like its weaknesses and how what you can do to get around it.
Ooh. Talking about a flinch test right there. He's like, I'm going to throw a punch and it's going to come right before your face.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like sometimes, I always like to joke that people like, oh, like they trained for this, because sometimes it's just such a weird move that like you don't react to or just out of the range of.
Yeah.
That like you like it's like a 50-50 of when you're eyeballing it, will it hit you? And so you'll either stand there and look really cool, or you'll either stand there and get slapped. Yeah. Oh, that was a really cool trick. Looking for the tech check, he goes for that cargo throw forward, the forward throw into aerial back throw, and it used to be a really good option early on in Ultimate was that cargo throw into stage, but people have gotten really good at teching or just being aware of how much their character can take before they really need to start teching. And what's kind of developed is Donkey Kong's needed to learn how far they could go off stage to do the downward throw with cargo throw. But he didn't need to that time. He was able to just use the up B out of shield with that grounded version, which just has a really good armor amount, a really good multi-hit, as well as just really pressuring when you're that close to ledge. Pretty even game, I would say. But Jest is kind of losing the percent battle here. But let's see, I think Llomomo, he's kind of warming up here. Misses the up B, but gets that side B. Tries to go for Barry, but does not get anything off of it. Jest seems to be on point with mashing today. But we're also seeing Llomomo really racking up that percent. I love the use of that down B. Ooh, nice. Hey, will that kill? It does. Really good stuff. Now, what kind of happened here was he kind of just missed the up B and then went straight for that down, the side B, and then just kept him at ledge here and used the down B again to poke his shield with. And that's pretty much its use. Like, it's like an area of effect type of move, and it just really, like, even whether you're below it or just next to that, like, area of damage, it'll literally destroy your shield. And it also has so much shield stun, so, like, you have to, like, literally wait a couple seconds for your shield to, like, go away once you release the button. And it can be really damaging, but that was really good on Llomomo's part to be aware of the amount of time he had, and was able to go for that up B, on like the grounded up B, and just take the stock. That DK up B at ledge is super good. So, really good stuff for him.
So that's Llomomo 1-0 going into round number 2 in this set, or match number 2 of this set. Once again, just as a real quick reminder, everybody, celebrating Black History Month, we've got one more week left. If you guys get a chance to, please be sure to come back and tune in for the creator of the Sugar Gamers Trailblazer, Keisha Howard, who is not only a community leader, but has also created a virtual reality game, also helped create a board game, a cyberpunk board game that's got some D&D connections to it as well. This week, just as a quick reminder, guys, we raised money for Matthew Hickson, the owner of Gamers Glorified and the head coach over at Kishwaukee College. Meanwhile, the guys look like they are ready to go, celebrating Black history in their own way. Kicking off this match here. Let's see. Let's switch this scoreboard for guys. Llomomo's on the left this time. Perfect.
Nice.
3, 2, 1, go!
We're seeing the character switch come out. I've never seen him switch characters like this before. I guess it is. What round is it again?
This is winners round number 2.
Okay, so I guess it is still a little early. So it's like if he tries Luigi again, still not feeling it. It is kind of a risk. So I guess I understand it now. And we are seeing the new stage, I think it's Northern Mountain, is it called? And I think that's a pretty good character, like, to stage match up with the Duck Hunt Dog. He's gonna be trying to go for more of these, like, setups as well as, like, zoning tools with the can and the frisbee. But DK, being the type of character he is, I'd say his one main struggle is just getting in. And so the better Jest is at keeping him away with the projectiles, the worse time Llomomo is going to have. But so far, it looks like he's having a decent time right now. He's at 134%, 140 now, and has pretty much been getting as much extra credit as he ever wanted against Jest right now. But I think that what Jest needs to do in this situation is just double down on your approaching options with the can as your main lead, and then the side B is your secondary one, and you're going to want to just get as much damage as you can with it. You got to try and tie it up some way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter how, as long as you're able to. And you also do not want to allow yourself to go for too many risks to the point where you're almost hurting yourself trying to approach. And so we're seeing him do it now, going for these side Bs and these neutral Bs with the can and the frisbee again, but nothing off of that for Llomomo.
I remember at the onset of Smash 4, I had some tournaments where Duck Hunt really was taken because people just did not know how to respond to, like, these weird things, like there's a can in the middle of the stage that can be used at any time again.
Yeah, it's actually great that you bring that up. The can actually, I think it did this in Smash 4 too, and it was probably, like, one of the reasons it was so hard to deal with was that it really does, like change the camera angle. And it's sometimes, like, depending on how far it is away from Duck Hunt, it'll make the camera screen super wide.
Okay. But there was
Oh my
no
goodness.
wideness to worry about right there.
No, not at all. He was just stuck in the ground, up close and personal. Llomomo's gonna take that game. Yeah, he really couldn't take another one of those, and he tried to spot dodge, I think. But right there, Llomomo knows he can't shield because he either gets to shield break or grab. And he does it right here. Gets that slam. Great stuff coming out from him on his... I think, how many matches has he played this night so far? Just this one on stream?
So Llomomo, literally, yeah. So what we did have happen was, let's see. No, so Llomomo got the one match against Phil right before that. And they had a 2-1 victory in that particular scenario. So
nice. Yeah, I think that time around, I think that for Llomomo's case, I think that he did a really good adjustment with his DK at the end of that first game, and that's kind of what maybe prompted the switch to Duck Hunt. But I feel in that matchup, I think that Jest, if he's going to use the Duck Hunt in the future, really needs to double down on his Frisbee usage more. And otherwise, he's going to need to decide to stay with Luigi, I feel. I think that his Luigi is just much better, like, staying in, like, in terms of damage, like, put out. His Luigi was really getting grabs I needed and really getting the kills that he needed at the percents as well. Like, unlike his Duck Hunt where he was stuck at, like, 134, and then even that, I don't believe he ever ended up taking that second stock off of him. So I think that's what he needs to do for the future, but we'll see with RP4 now in BW.
I was rubbing my hands together on this one. These guys have kind of gone in a circle just a little bit for the past couple of weeks. I'm not looking at the results directly right now, but I feel like both of them have had more